What's it like to own an Airbnb here in Yucca Valley, California, and how much money can you potentially make? I'm here with my good buddy, Omid, and we're gonna break down all the numbers, how much he bought this property for, how much money he thinks he's gonna make. Let's take a look.
What's up, everybody? My name is Omid. I'm also known as Omid Tehranirad Investor. I'm from Southern California, specifically Anaheim. I used to actually work in a corporate job 18 years, and now I'm a full-time investor. I get a hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Got into short-term rental investing a little over, 3 years ago? Yeah, I've been doing it ever since, and I fell in love, and this is my new passion project. I'm super excited to kind of share that with you.
So you retired from your full-time job to do real estate investing. Let's talk about numbers. How much money did you make before becoming a full-time real estate investor?
So I was making six figures. I had a six-figure job that I was making. Of course, you get the benefits and you get the 401k match. So some of that insurance being paid for. So I would just say if you accumulate for all those things, kind of in the mid 100s.
So within, what was it, like a year and a half from starting your short-term rental journey, you were able to walk away from your W-2 job?
Yeah, so the goal specifically for me was to just do it as a side hustle, and I was just kind of testing it out. But as I started realizing that there was so much income that could be generated from short-term rentals, I started to purchase more, and at some point I was at a point where I could replace my W-2 income through the power of short-term rentals.
Okay, why should someone who was in your field look to invest in real estate?
Well, I think just even through the podcast, I hear a lot of people who are not happy with their W-2 type of jobs. And so it's a great alternative as far as if you're interested in building something for yourself, if you're interested in being your own boss, if you're interested in creating your own schedule, and you want to kind of have a very flexible lifestyle. And this is a kind of a lifestyle piece. Like for me, I love traveling. I love being outdoors. I like the creativity component of design, like helping on the design piece. And then on the hospitality piece, I've always hosted parties, so I really enjoy making sure that somebody comes to my place, that they have a really good time, and that they create memories as a result of being at the short-term rental.
Okay, Omid, let's talk about this home right here. How much does one pay for to acquire something like this?
Yeah, so a property like this, the price point is typically going to be in that $450 to $550 range, depending on where you are in the high desert.
Oh wow, so you could still get something in the $400,000 or $500,000 range here in Southern California.
So you can do that, and what's really cool is for this price point, you can generate anywhere from the $80,000 to $120,000 gross revenue range, depending on how what sort of amenities you set up for it.
So let's say on the low end, $80,000 minus your mortgage, cleaning fees, all of that. How much can one expect to net after all of that?
Yeah, I would say after all expenses, you're probably going to net in the 30% range of the gross revenue.
Okay, so let's say it grosses $80,000, you're gonna profit $24,000, and probably all out of pocket. Probably put $100,000 into this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're still looking at a nice 25 to 30% return on your money, right?
Yeah, that's right around the range that I targeted.
Give me a range of how much money out of pocket it cost you to acquire this property.
Yeah, so what I'm budgeting is $160K for this particular property, and I'm gonna tell you why. So part of it is gonna also include, I'm gonna be furnishing the back with a pool. So we'll kind of see that through like the transformation process. But specifically, you can do either 10% to 20% loan. In this particular product, I did a 15% loan. To furnish the inside of the property is gonna be about $20,000 at furnishing, with inclusive of interior design involved in that. And the exterior, again, it's going to depend on, I feel like I have a budget set, but it may go over depending on how crazy I go. But the whole intent of this particular property is to make it a high-end luxury listing that grosses 120 on the higher end of the range. And the way I'm going to do that is a couple ways. One, the design, the interior design, making it amazing. Two, the amenities. So we're going to add a pool in the back. And then, as you see in the background, in Joshua Tree, what's ironic is most properties don't have Joshua trees, or there's not a lot of Joshua trees.
Right.
This particular property I specifically purchased.
Tons of Joshua trees.
Not only just Joshua trees, but very mature Joshua trees.
Right.
So you can kind of have like a serenity type of walk, peace walk, and kind of experience the sunrise and the sunsets around Joshua trees, because it's a beautiful landscape.
So Airbnb's not dead.
Airbnb is far from dead.
Okay.
Dead is a sophisticated investor. So what you need to do more is really do your research, pick your niche, and pick the right investment. That is where you need to spend your time.
So let's talk about the landscape out here. Why did you decide to purchase this property?
Okay, so look behind me. I mean, it's beautiful. And so when you're here during sunrise, sunset, you have the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets. To a serenity walk right along this trail, and it's open for miles. When you go to Joshua Tree National Park, the trees aren't even this big in the national park, so people are paying $30 to go into the national park to take pictures. Guess what? You have your Instagrammable moments just right here. So not only do you get peace, you get your Instagrammable moments, and you can even do yoga. So we're gonna have a little yoga setup right over there, where in the mornings and at night you can do that, relaxing, and you look out, there's nobody around. It's beautiful. Come on in.
All right, give us the tour.
All right, so you're in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, tiny home. It's about 1,100 square feet. What I love about this property is what sold me is this view. So I want somebody to come here, check all their worries out the door, forget about whatever's going on in their personal life, and have a sense of peace. So when I think about Joshua Tree, people come out here really to unplug, but they don't have actual Joshua trees in the properties or access to Joshua trees. So when you look out the mirrors, private windows right here, sliding doors, you're gonna have the view in the morning as well, because in the afternoon when we have sunrise and sunset. We have a fully stocked kitchen, which will be great. I'm gonna upgrade that fridge, so I'll be a little bit bigger because that's a little bit too small for the space. But we're gonna have this actually cleaned out to a very traditional Joshua Tree sort of feel. So when you come in here, I'm actually gonna have a wallpaper set up in each bedroom. One specifically is gonna have Joshua trees right here, but it'll be all filled here on the wall. So here's one of the bedrooms. We got the mini splits. We got the restroom in here as well. So when you look in the restroom, again, we want it to be somewhere of like a peaceful space. And then over here as well, we want another either a mural or some sort of wallpaper setup for this whole background right here. And when you're in this room, what you can actually do is you look out and you continue to have that view. So you have a beautiful view of all the Joshua trees. I just can't wait. I'm like so pumped, so excited. It's gonna be so great. And then in the back, we're gonna build a pool out. So I want this to be a luxury experience. So you come here, you can bring your family, you can have a date, you can make it a special moment. And we're gonna provide all the amenities, so it's a one-stop shop. You don't have to go anywhere. You'll have your wine stocked, you'll have your beer, you'll have your sparkling water. You're gonna have your pool, you're gonna have the view, and you're gonna forget about your life. You're just gonna have so much fun here that you wanna keep coming back.
Yeah. And you have solar panels on your
Yes.
short-term rental. Talk to me about the cost of it and what are the benefits?
Yeah, so actually there was no additional cost, so that actually came with the house.
It came with it?
Yeah, so it came with the house, so that came in with the purchase price. What's really cool about this is that at some of our other properties that are equivalent size that don't have panels, your bill is going to be anywhere, because we also have hot tubs that are running 24/7, so the bill can be anywhere from $150 to $500 on any given month. On average, I would say it's like $250, $300, just because of we have our occupancy is 85+% on those properties, so we constantly are using a lot of power. But guess what? These bad boys will save us $250, $300 a month. Yeah, they're already paid for, and a lot of times people don't account for the expenses that adding additional amenities you'll incur.
We talked a little bit about occupancy and your average daily rate. Can you give a ballpark of what you think your ADR and occupancy be around here?
Yeah.
Based on your experience in the area. Sure. And everything.
Yeah, so if you pull Price Lab data, it's going to say it's going to be somewhere in that 40 to 60 range.
40-60%.
40-60 on occupancy. However, when you research the appropriate location and you have it set up correctly, we should be in the 85% range as far as occupancy annually. As far as a daily rate, I know that this particular property, it'll vary anywhere from $200 to $300 range.
$200 to $300 a night for this.
It'll be somewhere in that range. But when you add the pool, that's when we may be pushing that number up to up to $400. So it's going to vary depending on the seasonality, but somewhere in that range.
Everyone says that this market is completely saturated. There's been an Airbnb boom in the area, and everyone's doing it. What are you doing to stand out?
Yeah, so let me clarify that real quickly. What is actually saturated is people with lack of creativity and lack of problem solving. So I'm going to provide you the problem solving here for you. So what I intend on doing is building out a pool right here. So there's not a lot of listings actually out in Joshua Tree where there's new custom built pools. And what that does is that's going to create, one, the experience, two, an Instagrammable moment. So we're going to have that built out here. But not only that, we're going to do it with the landscape in the background. So there's a lot of listings, of the few listings that actually have pools, they don't have the landscape. So when you look out here, what you're going to be able to do is lay out in the sun, look at the landscape, quiet, no neighbors, and you get to really unplug and have a good time and not worry about anything.
What else are you doing to stand out here?
So I'm in a neighborhood, but I'm actually at the end of a cul-de-sac. and I have access to a hiking trail. And this hiking trail is actually better than hiking trails that you see in the actual national park. So you get your own private hiking trail. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
This is so much fun, and guess what? I'm feeling at peace, and you know how I feel at peace? I gotta take off my clothes. So how about I take off my shirt and we're gonna go running?
Oh shit.
Let's do it, baby! Woo! Come on, Alex, gotta burn some of those calories. I saw all those videos that you posted over the past year about day 100 and day 120. I don't see it. Where is it? Where's the results?
Shit.
Guess what? Stay on my Airbnb, and we're gonna do this run every morning, sunrise and sunset. That way you can find your freedom and turn extra sexy.
Cool.